What if I told you the people who are best with money don't rely on willpower? They rely on their brain, not motivation, not discipline, but wiring. And here's the scary part. If you don't understand this, your brain might actually be working against you every time you try to save or grow money. But once you flip it, everything changes. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 simple habits used by people who manage money at the highest level. And here's the difference. These habits are backed by how your brain actually works, which means they're easier to stick to, easier to repeat, and way more powerful over time. Right now, money might feel stressful, like no matter how much you earn, it's never enough. But imagine this instead. Calm, control, clarity. That's what these habits create. Most people think money problems are about income, but neuroscience says something different. Your brain is wired for short-term rewards, quick pleasure, instant relief. That's why spending feels good, and saving feels hard. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to work with your brain, not against it. Let me show you how. Habit 1. They live below their means. Simple, but powerful. Because every time you spend less than you earn, you send a signal to your brain. Safety, control, stability. But when you constantly stretch your income, your brain stays in stress mode. Always chasing, always reacting. I used to think earning more would fix everything. But the truth? If your lifestyle rises with your income, nothing changes. The gap is what matters. That space between what you earn and what you spend. That's where wealth lives. Power quote. Wealth is not what you earn. It's what you keep. Think about it. How different would your life feel if you weren't constantly trying to catch up? Habit 2. They track net worth, not just income. Most people focus on one number, how much they make. But high-level thinkers focus on a different number, what they actually own. Because your brain needs a scoreboard, something to measure progress. Income can go up and still leave you broke. But net worth? That tells the truth. Tracking it creates awareness. And awareness changes behavior. You start thinking long-term. You make smarter decisions. Because now, you can see the bigger picture. Power quote. What gets measured gets improved. Instead of guessing where your money is going, you start knowing. And that changes everything. Now the third habit. This is where most people struggle, because it requires stepping outside comfort. But once you understand the brain behind it, it becomes much easier. Habit 3. They diversify their income sources. Your brain loves certainty. It wants safety. So relying on one income feels comfortable. But it's also risky. People with strong money skills train their brain differently. They build multiple streams. Not all at once, but slowly. One extra source, then another. This reduces fear, because now your survival isn't tied to one thing. And something interesting happens. Your confidence grows, because you're no longer depending on one paycheck. You're building options. Power quote. Multiple income streams don't just grow money. They grow peace of mind. Imagine knowing, if one thing stops, you're still okay. That feeling? That's real freedom. Habit 4. They make decisions based on data, not emotions. This one is huge, because your brain is emotional first, logical second. That's why you spend when you're stressed, or avoid looking at your finances when things feel overwhelming. But high-level money managers pause. They look at the numbers, not their feelings, because feelings change. Data doesn't. I started asking myself simple questions. Can I afford this? Does this move me forward? Or just feel good right now? That pause, that small gap, it changes everything. Power quote. Feelings make decisions fast. Data makes them right. You stop reacting and start choosing. Habit 5. They protect their wealth. This is the habit most people ignore, because building money feels exciting, but protecting it feels boring. But here's the truth. Your brain hates loss more than it loves gain. So when you protect what you have, you reduce stress, you create stability, You think long-term. Protection can be simple. Avoiding unnecessary risks. Planning ahead. Being intentional. Because it's not just about making money, it's about keeping it. Power quote. It's not what you make, it's what you don't lose. Now imagine this. You wake up, and money is no longer a source of stress. You're not guessing anymore. You're not reacting. You're in control. You spend without guilt. You save without pressure. You make decisions with clarity. And slowly, your life starts to feel lighter, more stable, more intentional. That version of you is not built overnight. It's built through these small, repeatable habits. Here's what changed everything for me. Money management isn't about being smarter. It's about being aligned with how your brain works. The people who win financially aren't perfect. They just build systems that make good decisions easier and bad decisions harder. That's it. Simple, but powerful. Right now, there are two types of people watching this. The ones who hear this and move on, back to old habits, old patterns, same results. And then there are the ones who pause, reflect, and take action, even if it's just one habit, because they understand change doesn't come from knowing, it comes from doing. So ask yourself, which one are you becoming? If this shifted your perspective, don't wait. Start small. Pick one habit, just one, and practice it today, because progress always beats perfection. If you're committed, comment, I choose control. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe if you want more content that actually changes how you think about money. Because at the end of the day, it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing the small things consistently and trusting that over time, they will change your life.